A very, very warm good afternoon. This is Anawa Chaudhary, and you are live on my YouTube channel, Arun Foot. It's another Indian Super League watch along on this Saturday afternoon out of the Saltlake Stadium with Kolkata Giants East Bengal Football Club taking on the Kerala Blasters FC. A match of crisis. Maybe hi blue, welcome back. Maybe that's the way we should maybe need to call it. And it's a matchup, in my opinion. East Bengal on the left, Bipin against Aiban Doling, in which both the teams need to win, given the realities of what is the situation in the table. East Bengal 1 point out of the last two games after a sensational start, and I said that in my sort of review after 4 rounds. As I said, I'd said that at the start of the season that I would do something like that to look at things. And on the other side, the Kerala Blasters 0 points out of 4 matches, and it'll be interesting to see how they put themselves forward today here at the Salt Lake Stadium. And Blue, you're very, very right, a must win. And very interesting to see with both teams certain changes also in their respective lineups, how they handle this game, because East Bengal looked very fluid in the first couple of games, and then Jamshedpur clearly were better. Even FC Goa could have gone the other way, if I'm very honest, and and that is going to be very, very interesting at the end of the day. So we'll have to wait and see it. Both the teams, Blasters, and should be given as a foul from no, not given. So therefore, very interesting to see how these two teams really work themselves through this matchup. As Blue says, a must win for both. Very important. And especially if East Bengal want to have anything to do with the title race, they will today have to get something, and that is something which can be said. East Bengal trying to build up on the left with a setup in which made some changes. Edmund versus Hormi Palm, and that's a clear foul. Yeah, Edmund will not like it, but Katala quite active. Going through the lineups, let me quickly go through the lineups, and then and also the formations a little bit about what both the teams have. Oh, Prabsukan, Ash Anwar Sheikh a little bit under pressure, and the Blasters trying to build up. East Bengal intercept, but back with the Blasters. Hormi Pam looking on the wing for Sandeep, who can't do anything with the ball against East Bengal bearing up from the back. Looks like they're playing a 3-man back line. Sal Crespo, the captain, back. Rashid across to VP Vishnu. Rashid across to Jeekson, of course, who has a history with the Blasters. Looks like Jeekson has been turned, Vishnu given free space. Rakib. Edmund back to Jeekson, across to Rashid. Miguel. Rakib back to Edmund. Edmund chips it forward, cleared by the Blasters. Long ball forward for the Kerala Blasters and former Blasters keeper Rakib clears his lines. Sorry, Prabsukan clears his lines. And the Blasters themselves building up. Blasters having Sandeep on the right. Naucha on the left. Long ball for Sandeep, who keeps it in. Gets it into the danger zone. Cleared by Anwar. And only as far as Mohan Vibin. That's a foul on Ivan Dolin. Even as Sandeep. Sandeep back to Iban. Iban into the danger area. Headed out by Anwar. Back to Sandeep. Sandeep back with a cross. Oh, that's Danish Farooq. That wasn't planned, that contact, but just misses the goal. Danish Farooq. Yeah, it's him on his knee. Interesting to see. Falun Jaye making his debut for the Blasters, having come on into the setup for Umar Ba, playing with the 44. It's a weird formation today because both the teams, well, East Bengal are playing without a right back. Without a left back. The Blasters have two right backs. Looks like sometimes that PV Vishnu has to play left back. Rakib. Back to Jeekson. Across to Bipin. Keeps it in. Vishnu overlaps. Bipin looking for Mohammad Rashid. Rashid keeps the ball. Lovely ball out to Edmund. Edmund! And that's in the danger. Mohammad Yasari. Is it Jari? Is it a penalty? Yes, it's given. Yusuf Ezejari brought down, and is it Ivan loading with the foul? Let's see that again. Good through ball. Edmund into the danger area, and let's see that contact. Ivan. Yep. And this is once again one of those situations where we've got a lack of cameras where we can't see it. Ash Sheikh, who the other day in the home match against Mumbai City did some antics against Jorge Pereira Diaz, and that had worked. Yusuf Ejejari without goals in the last two games. A very worried Oscar Bruzon, who is under pressure. Yusuf Ejejari takes the penalty and places it into the corner. It's 1-0 East Bengal FC. The Kolkata Giants ahead. And that's important for them, given the realities. 10 minutes about to be on the clock. And Ezejari celebrating his fifth goal of the season. Yusuf Ezejari And that would push East Bengal to 10 points from 5 matches. This result. And for the Blasters, this result at the moment means it could mean the 5th loss in a row. Foul on Bipin. As Hitesh Lag's in North Korea is not as good as their junior teams. Yeah, Hitesh, I mean, both their junior teams are world champions, so it's difficult. And South Korea vanquished Uzbekistan 6-0. Yeah, I mean, I've said, Hitesh, I think there are 5 very good teams in this tournament, which is South and North Korea, China, Japan, and Australia. The rest are there to make up numbers. It doesn't matter if it's India or any other team. So those are sad realities of this competition. East Bengal in control, in charge. And the question is with the Blasters, yeah, can they react to this early shock? What will they do? Because for the Blasters, it's becoming a do or die battle. Again, East Bengal with the lead. And they are mostly with the ball, getting it on the back, combining, using the space. Chip cleared by Mjaya. Rakip back heels to Edmund. Sal Crespo. Lovely through ball for Edmund, but Naucha is there. Chance maybe for the Blasters to break. And does the referee give a foul? He does against Jigson. Yeah. Stops the counter attack. Here, Gusto, welcome back. As the Blasters, Evan Das, Ivan under pressure from Miguel. Ivan doesn't know what to do. Has to try and get around, turn around. Ivan does clear. Jai. Oh. Sol Crespo. Intercepted by Hormipam. Hormipam missed the opportunity to pass the ball. Hasn't had minutes. One has to be honest about that. But this is not good enough, Kerala Blasters at the moment. I'm convinced Blasters getting relegated. Babalu's, if I see this, uh, they look worse than Mohammedan Sporting, right? So, East Bengal with the ball. Edmund wins it back against Jai. Jai wins it back. Vibin passes it to Sandeep. Sandeep with the through ball. Asjal loses the ball. East Bengal with it now. Blasters win it back. Danish Farouk, Evan Das, Vibin. Yep, that will never get to Kevin Yoke, who's not been in the game at all. Another Kerala Blasters situation looks bad. Most probably getting relegated. It's terrible to see Kerala Blasters. Again, you can have a bad season and all, but this is, I don't know. I don't want to say it, but it is the worst Blasters I've seen. Oh, and Mohammad Arsal. Yeah, this is not ISL level football. Right? Eben Das looking for Sandeep. No. Nice idea, but he won't get to it. David Katala. Yeah, you can see. Asjal. Mohammad Asjal. Bartomeu suspended. What do the Blasters have on the bench? Sachin Suresh. Mohammad Sahif. Raulin Borges, Freddie Lamamavna, J. Ki Tongo, Marlon Trujillo, and Nihil Sudesh. To me, the bench looks better than that starting lineup. Cleared by Naucha. I mean, we're talking about players. Holmipam, I think 3 seasons ago, regarded as one of the best young um, Indian centre backs. Naucha has also been impressive. Ivan has had his time. Vivian Mohanan, I think until last season, regarded as one of the brightest midfield prospects. Danish Farouk, yeah, not someone that I would play, but has played national team. Ooh, headed on by Yusuf Ejazari, cleared by Naucha. Kyonyoke back to Naucha. And Naucha has to clear it for a throw in. And this Kerala Blasters team looks totally disjointed. Totally, can't even explain it. And again, East Bengal in total control. P. Vishnu, Anwar, Jeekson, Mohammad Rakib. Edmund leaves this for Jeekson. And the question needs to be at some stage, will the Blasters get relegated? I mean, that's an open question now. Looking at this game, Bipin keeps it in against Sandeep. The two Manipuris who've tried to blonde their hair against each other. Rashid, Bipin, knife ball, Ezejari blocked, shot from Saul Crespo. Could have been a second in the 18th minute for East Bengal FC. Bipin does well, cleared by Hormipam, but the second attempt is with Saul Crespo, who can't keep the ball on goal. Throw in East Bengal. Miguel. Maybe a chance for Blasters to break. No. Danish, Arsal, at least get a throw in. Are they willing to continue in the I League if Kerala Blasters get relegated? Sasha, that's a very good question. Hi to you. Ooh. Naucha on the left. Nice ball in the middle. And Mohammad Adsal shoots it way over. And that's a good forward movement from the Blasters. And under pressure from Anwar. To me, it's a very interesting scenario. If I see even, they sat down with the Manjapara this week. And again, I didn't see the video, but I've read a few things. And a lot of I don't know if they live in a parallel universe, certain people, but the realities don't add up. If they say, oh, you know what, City Football Group came to us, this, that, everything, it's like, guys, no, I know why, because I was the person. Nobody in Indian football in 2014 thought about approaching CFG. Nobody except me, right? And if you say, oh, you know what, they wanted to work with, no, they didn't. And I know that yes, they did talk to other entities, 100% they did. But I think from the start, target was one, and that was Mumbai City. So therefore, for me, the reality is the sporting management needs to be questioned in putting the squad together, right? At the Kerala Blasters. Needs to be questioned, right? With all difficulties and all, you took a gamble, non-ISL experienced foreigners, great CVs, yeah. Marlon Trujillo, good example, top talent 4 or 5 years ago here in Germany. So that's the reality. And corner for East Bengal. won by Edmund. So therefore, for me, yeah, your the gamble with the foreigners has totally backfired, and Umar Ba goes and Falun Jaya comes in. Yeah, CV looks good, but what is he gonna do now, right? Carabas, he depends too much on foreigners with Luna Noah. There was, yeah, Augusto 100%. Not even those. Look at the foreigners over the years. They've had, you know, Ian Hume to name one. Um, you know, I forgot the name of the Ukrainian guy who came due to the war. So therefore, yeah, a lot of them. Corner East Bengal, 21 minutes played, and into Mohammad Rashid doesn't get a good contact. Chance for the Blasters to break. Eben Das. Eben Das gets it across. Sandeep will keep it in. Sandeep plays it to the back to Danish Farooq. But that is a terrible shot. And on the other end, chance for Blasters maybe to break. Jaya, oh, that was class. Danish. Again, the crazy part is that with all the problems on paper, this Kerala's team still is not bad, right? So, and if I look at some of the players on the bench, I don't know how fit or the unfit they are. That's always a question mark. But the question then has to be also asked about the coach. Yeah? Katala has been talking a lot, saying a lot, but he's not getting the results out of the team. Masters keep the ball on the left. Vibin. Eben Das. Looking for Sandeep. No, he will not get to that one. Eben Das trying to play those through balls. The idea is right. But the problem is that Sandeep, at the end of the day, is not an attacking player, you know, and that is again and again evident when you're forcing Sandeep to try and move forward. I think if any of the original ISL teams get relegated, they'll be asking themselves if it's worth continuing. 100%, not even original, even some of the new ones. Why should I remain in the system, right? I think a lot of the teams are asking that question, and I go back again and again. I was talking to someone yesterday with whom I was speaking after a long, long time due to the death of Kushal Das. Yeah, so he's also saying, right, there is the danger that 7, 8 of the ISL teams might just disappear given the realities and again miss the opportunity to pass the ball. Ibn Das. Katala is the Ruben Amorin of ISL. Yeah, but Ruben Amorin came with a pedigree. I don't know what David Katala's pedigree is to say, that he is, you know, he's in India again. Um, yes, he's Barcelona born. Yes, he came through the system with Espanyol, Crespo, and Hormipam. Being told off by the ref. So, if I see his playing career, but he's been on the road in the last few years with Lacana, Limassol, Istra, last season Sabadell. Doesn't give me the confidence, the 45-year-old, that he can turn these things around. Ruben Amorim at least was very, very successful at Sporting in Portugal. As the Blasters build up, yeah, I don't want to make it a Blasters bashing discussion today, but it is something that needs to be discussed as Blasters build up at the back. Homepam playing to Ribbon, Eben Das. Eben Das trying a few things. Again, Kevin Yoke has been very quiet so far. Beats 2 players into the danger area. That's a good move, but no problem for Prop Sukan. Beats Edmund, beats Mohammad Rakib. And then too close to the keeper. Easy in the end for Prop Sukan. Edmund. Keep plays it back to his keeper. Prabsukan looking for Bipin, but finding Ivan Vibin. Kevin Yoke getting more involved now. Pass. Trying to build up. Hornbill Pump. Throw in now, silly obsession with Spanish coaches in India. Sasha, I don't think it's a silly obsession. Spanish coaches bring you a certain level of quality. They adopt, they adjust. But sometimes I question what is the quality of the respective coaches, right? Um, I think we don't need to question a Lobera, a Manolo, a Habas, you know. Even Oscar is being questioned at the moment with some of the statements he's made or on social media and other things. Um, so last is building up on the right. Danish Farouk. Oh, and Prabsukan flies past the ball. And so therefore, Sasha, we've had some very, very good Spanish coaches over the years. Do you rate the Kerala Blasters the Indian core? No, I don't. If you, Augusto, if you ask me that question, I didn't rate them in the last few years. As said earlier, it is been the difference of a Luna, of a Noah Sadoui and others in the past. That has, as I said, Ian Hume would be my favorite example of things. Corner for the Blasters. Ibn Das to take it. Prabsukan with one arm only. Rashid against Sandeep. That's an important. Was it given a foul? Yeah, foul given. Yeah, versus instead of signing 6 foreign, could have signed maybe 2, 3. I said quality foreigners. These guys are so bad. The coach only put 2 in starting 11. Yeah, Bablu's again. I think Bartomeu would have played if he wasn't suspended, but I think I think 2, 3 good foreigners might have a good striker up front or a playmaker and a good defender, centre back at the back would have made a difference. Dangerous. Ball back. They need good Indian core. That's their main problem. No, Augusta, their problem is Indians, foreigners. It's a pura khichdi ka story, I would say, at the moment. Right, Blasters getting a little bit more of the ball at the moment. He's been Kevin, you okay? Rakib, Crespo, Jackson, Anwar. I mean, East Bengal can afford to play a Vishnu as left back. I mean, that says it all. With who's on the bench? Gaurav Shaw, Raina Martin, ball through Miguel, and gets the shot off, but Falu doesn't allow him a clean attempt. Falun Jai looks a solid centre back to me. But again, can he be the difference maker? Nice through ball. But Miguel can't get control of the ball. So coming to talk about the East Bengal bench, Mathan Raina, Jay Gupta, as we have the drinks break. Shovik Chakraborty, Mahesh Naurem Singh, Jerry Lanu Thanga, Nanda Kumar Sekar, Shan Banerjee, and David Lal Sangha. Interesting. De facto, only two defensive players in Marthan Raina and Jay Gupta per se on the bench. Um, as they show the replay of the penalty. See that again. There is contact, but the angles are not good. I'm just saying silly reason. Okay. Was the penalty offside? No, I don't think so. But again, this is the problem this season with a lot of these situations where we are unable to judge things because again we're missing camera positions, and then again, camera from behind, camera from another angle might be able to help us, but again, these are realities, and you know, but it was a smart through ball to Edmund, who then smartly plays the ball into the middle, and Yusuf runs into that position, and then of course the foul from Ivan, and that's the ball through, and Prabsukh gets it. Gotcha. Could have done better with that. I at least feel. Yes, Aman, as you will see in my live video archive, I will be doing BFC versus Mohun Bagan as well. I really like what Rashid brings to East Bengal, calm and composed on the ball and doesn't try to. Yeah, he's there, and I guess you will not recognize, you know, um, through ball, Edmund, Crespo, back to Ed. Oh, Edmund slips, but goes out. Rashid is one of those players who I think we will only recognize him when he's not there. Kerala Blasters look decent today. No, Hannibal, they look bad. I mean, and again, they look decent because also East Bengal is not the same East Bengal that we saw in the first two rounds. Kevin in trying to get the box, but Mohammad Rakib dispossesses him. Kevin, you okay? You expect more for such a player because he comes from the famed Paris Saint-Germain academy. So Hannibal, no, I don't think they look decent today. They look, I don't know. I'm not happy. The best Kerala SSC team was in the lockdown season with Jorge Pereira Diaz, Adrian Luna, Alvaro, and Lesco. Yeah, agree to that. So therefore, that's difficult to see. It is. I don't know. East Bengal is allowing the Blasters to live. Holme Pam, foul from Miguel. Yeah, East Bengal can do things to win it. Calvas is the owner in recent fan meeting said there are some players who fake injury when they're going to play certain teams that like to have more just excuse for not retaining players. I honestly, if I don't know the realities, it's very difficult to judge if it's really true or not, or if he's making up. I know that there have been these instances where certain players across teams have faked injuries. Oop, that's a foul on Kevin Yoke. on the left. Should be a good free kick position. So might be, might not be. I don't know if some of the players. I mean, if I'm a player, and I know players who. There's the other side of the story that there are players, even if they're injured, they're going to play. So I don't know. Very difficult to judge. What is up with Manisha Kanan free kick clip? It's being posted about. Anibal, it's a great goal. That's why it's being posted around the world. Even the no replacement is not clicking well. No, it's Augusto. It's not even a replacement. Vipin Mohan in the 36th minute with the free kick. Vipin and Vishnu in the wall. And that is too quick, too close. What is the referee saying? Now they're supposed to take the free kick again. Rashid and Falun Jai. The referee having a word with them, with the East Bengal fans being shown. Bipin and Vishnu still in that box. Ooh! And East Bengal clear. Blasters win the ball back. East Bengal giving a lot of space. Ball out to Sandeep on the right. He's going to cross it. Header from Danish Farooq, just over. That's a close one. Danish Farooq, captain. और नव सर आपने बोला था ना मैंने अब्रॉड में अच्छा कैसे यूथ टीम में 13 फर्स्ट में 8 सेकेंडरी में 10 का नाम खोजा है ओके कैलाश don't remember in what context I said what. Sorry. Noah Williams is better player. I would say David Williams. I wonder if you ask me. Homipam with the ball. 38 minutes now on the clock. East Bengal Football Club 1, Kerala Blasters Football Club 0. And if it stays this way, it would mean East Bengal move to 10 points from 5 games, while the Blasters remain on 0 from 5. Evan Das looking for an overlapping Naucha. Cleared by East Bengal. Chance to break. Aiban puts his body in. Sandeep. Back to Aiban. Aiban Doling. Is it to Vibin? Across to Naucha. Holmipam. Holmipam. Homipam looks through for Mohammad Ajsal, but he will never get to that ball. Everyone doubted Odisha FC, even they are playing better than Kerala Blasters. Yeah, Augusto, agree. And this is not good enough. I mean, again, your problem this season is this is match day 5. And if the Blasters lose this game, they have 8 more matches, right? And they have 8 more matches. The big one will, I guess, be against Mohammedan Sporting, right? And the question is, which matches can they win, right? So, to me, with this football, this is not good enough. Next week they host Punjab FC, right? And the week after, Sporting Club Delhi. So post the international break, then the Blasters travel to Bangalore FC and a derby. Then they host Jamshedpur FC. Odisha FC in round 10. Third round. Foul on Danish Farooq. Then, of course, match day 12, Mohammedan Sporting. That's a big one. And the last day against FC Goa. So, And we always said, um, Artsal, is he offside? Yeah, he's offside. Yeah. So to me, we discussed you need 6 to 8 points to stay in the league. Um, hmm, might be even less. Who's the coach of Opera? Who is the coach of Odisha, the ex-coach? TG Purushothaman. To be honest, even he was playing so much. East Bengal's not playing good. If East Bengal plays any of the top teams in the league in the way they're playing at the moment, they will lose. Right? East Bengal, East Bengal is evident that the confidence uh, uh, is gone, right? That East Bengal had after the first two games. You can see that in the game, right? They're now allowing the Blasters to play more and more with the ball. East Bengal played well for I think 15, 20 minutes, controlled everything. And now they're allowing the Blasters to play, but the Blasters are just not good enough, you know, forget scoring, but even creating those chances to score, right? And um, and that is the problem. That's a foul from Danish Farooq on Bipin. Danish Farooq. Ah, okay. Yeah, difficult one. Difficult one. To Karavas fans blaming Qatar, I think he's done well to chopping and changing by the manager. Mahesh, if you're coming in, you have to work with whatever is available to you. And again, this is not a, you know, top ISL level team, Ashan Sheikh, but this team should still be, you know, um, um, good enough to stay in the ISL, right? And that is something where Katala, again, statements also don't help, I feel. So do you think AIFF India Academy is taking coach education too lightly? Oh, that's a corner for the Blasters. Let me start again, Piyush. So do you think AIFF India Academy is taking coaching or coach education too lightly compared to youth football? Because step one, improving ecosystem of coaches and coach education first. Piyush, I think the AIFF has done a lot of things in regard to coach education over the last 15, 20 years. Um, I remember um, I had a long conversation about this with I think was it 2013. Kushal Das, the late Kushal Das, who died yesterday. Rob Barn, who was a technical director then, and his assistant. Header! Ooh, that goes wide. Best opportunity for the Blasters in the 43rd minute. Falu Injaye, the tall man, runs forward. And the movement is right. And Katala thought it could go in. So, Piyush, your problem is that the FF has done a lot of things, but it is then on again. I can create the tools, the methods. The implementation is with the coaches um, and the academies, and that is not happening. Is Bengal with the ball, player down. Oh, Kabasas is doing not scoring goals. Side quest. I mean, if I look at the last 10 minutes or even 15 minutes, most probably, if I'm honest, maybe a 1-1 would be a fair result by now. Looking at what the Blasters have tried. But the more likelihood is that before the end of the half, we'll see a 2-0 for East Bengal. Edmund on the right. Is it back to Mohamed Rakib? Miguel. Miguel's been calm and quiet. Saul Crespo. Through to Miguel, but cleared by Naucha. Throw in East Bengal. So, yeah, Blue, I totally agree with you. So, if you look at this squad of both Super Cup, Katala could have finished second at least. Nice. Those are gone. What he could have done in the Super Cup or nothing Doesn't matter to me. The question is now ISL. And ISL, the Blasters are fighting for relegation, 2 minutes of added time. And this is not good enough. Right? You're getting some half chances. Um, yeah. Naucha blocks the ball from Ezejari, who threw the penalty. The only goal scorer of this game so far. Falu, Vibin. Vibin chips it for Kevin, who heads it back to Naucha, but the ball goes out. Kevin Joachim has had better matches. Critical looking Oscar Bruzon. Rakip. Headed out by Falu. Danish Farouk loses the ball to Sal Crespo. Vishnu. Bipin. Back to Crespo. Rashid. Ball to Rashid in the box. Rashid! Does it hit the side netting? Mohammad Rashid. Good signing by East Bengal. Goes through in the box. Misses the goal a little bit. Looked like it hit the side netting. And it's halftime. It is halftime at the Saltlake Stadium. East Bengal Football Club lead 1-0 against the Kerala Blasters. This is Yusuf Ezejari goal, which has put the red and gold up against the Blasters, who can't believe it, are at the moment staring at a potentially fifth straight defeat since the start of the ISL 2025-2026. And East Bengal could recover and move to 10 points from 5 matches. And yeah, let's wait and see. Sasha says, respect to some of the coach educators shouldn't be there. You have Savio and Mario who are top, and then there are quite a few that don't belong there. I had one well-reputed guy from Mumbai for my AFCC who couldn't be bothered to turn up on time. Yeah, and that happens. It's another boring football game. Yeah, Blue. You said at least at halftime. It's difficult because East Bengal took the lead, and the Blasters are a team who are looking at the board like, will they be able to score or not? And yeah, I mean, this game most probably needs the Blasters to score a goal to become interesting, right? For you, me, for us. Let's see. So let's say if there's an academy that successfully develops footballers from age 7 to 17, where should these boys go? Considering ISL condition, should they go with Indian clubs or Europe? Piyush, nobody will take a 17-year-old Indian kid. See, that's the problem. This whole pipe dream of sending kids and all that stuff abroad. In Europe, not theoretically, in Europe, as per the law, right? Law of the European Union, FIFA regulations, no kids from outside Europe can actually factually sign for an academy. So all the kids who are in Europe are there for different reasons, but not for football, right? Why, when Kubo, who plays now at San Sebastian, the Japanese player, signed for Barcelona, Barcelona got a ban because they signed him as a 10-year-old. So therefore, ISL is your best route. But do you think that those 17, 18-year-old kids who come through a good system, what you call, which you don't have, right? Let's be very clear about that. Will they be able to break through in the ISL? Because our so-called young players, forget the 17-year-olds, the 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23-year-olds, don't make it. And so to me, this idea of the good perfect academy doesn't exist, right? We saw in the last few days, with all the hype, whatever people want to talk about it, that the poorest team in the AFC Women's Asian Cup was India. Sorry, we were the poorest team of all, right? Bangladesh was better, Iran was better, who also finished last in their respective groups. That Vietnam kept us alive, even Chinese Taipei kept us alive. Okay, I take it. But against Japan, it showed itself how far, far away we are from the top, right? And the men showed the same thing 2 years ago in the AFC Asian Cup in Qatar. Same problem. So therefore, for me, um, you know, these theoretical discussions are nice, right? And people will tell you, "Oh, I do this, I do this, I do that, blah blah blah, whatever." Nice conversation, but the outcome is not there. The output is not there. And if those things are not there, I think it's very, very difficult for us to be able to talk about these things. How do you rate Oscar as coach? Very hot and cold in regard to performance. Blue, um, for ISL standards, Oscar is a good coach, but is he really a top-notch coach who can win titles in the ISL system, right? And that, for me, the answer is relatively clear. That the answer is a no, right? To me, Oscar would have to prove me wrong. I rated Oscar and I congratulated East Bengal when they brought him in, but Oscar has not been able. He's been given players. This East Bengal team should be playing better and should be challenging Mohun Bagan. Simple. And again, they're playing today against one of the weakest teams in the league, and theoretically, they scored off a penalty. Um, I don't really remember any other great opportunity from East Bengal, and the Blasters have had two, three movements, goal words. Let's put it this way. I think we need to give up the idea of Europe. Let's think about getting a kind of players to Korea, Japan, Australia. Thailand. Europe is impossible. Sasha, you mentioned those, you know, other countries in Asia. Why would they take an Indian player? My simple question, forget, as you rightly say, you work in Europe, you know that as well. That discussion is nice to have, but the reality is, why would a Japanese academy, why would a Korean academy, why would someone in Australia, forget Thailand, Southeast Asia, why would they take an Indian player? That Indian player needs to be so good that player needs to be, I don't know, Baichung Bhutia level when he joined East Bengal as a teenager, right? Otherwise, why? So therefore, these are, to me, some of the realities of things. And sorry, for me, it's a crazy thing. Interesting. 59 to 41% ball possession in East Bengal's favor, but 4 attempts each by both the teams. Only one on target, and that was East Bengal. So therefore, it sums it up, right? It sums it up. Interesting fact, someone told me he is East Bengal fan that Oscar never won three in a row in ISL. I didn't check, but seemed correct. Yeah. Bro. Listen, look at, with all criticism that one can have about Mohun Super Giant and this and that and everything, blah, blah, but they're spending the most, this, not everything. Okay, I grant all of those things. I look at the club, the team of the Mariners, success under defensive-minded coaches, be it Habas, be it Molina. But this season, one of the best that we've had in the Indian Super League, and that is Sergio Lobera, getting attackingly the best out of his squad, right? So therefore, for me, the point at the end of the day is how good can his team be, and Lobera at the moment is showing to me, to us, what you can get out of that team from an attacking standpoint, and I'm impressed. So far, I'm impressed what Mohun Supergiant have played, and they're not perfect. Let me be very clear, they're not perfect, but they look to be the deal, the best that we potentially have in the ISL, and yeah, and Oscar, after the first two games, it's at least I felt okay. East Bengal could be in it this season. But that Jamshedpur game, totally has killed East Bengal's momentum, rhythm, mojo, whatever you want to call it. And it's just one game. And the FC Goa game is a crazy one because if it goes badly for East Bengal, Goa could have won it. East Bengal could have won it as well. But I'm looking at it from a standpoint is, listen, if I want to win titles, what do I want to do? What do I need to do? And from that perspective, I have to say, East Bengal, Oscar Bruzon has not delivered enough for me to think, you know what, you guys can, you can win it, and um, yeah, it's difficult, because I think again, East Bengal is um, a big team, a big club, a big entity, but yeah, and yeah, but you know that successful big team vibes in the ISL hasn't been there. I mean, the reality is that East Bengal over the years, again, this season most probably would have, but over the years has actually not reached the ISL playoffs, which is insane to think. Insane to think that East Bengal over 5 years has not been able to settle into the Indian Super League to make the playoffs, right? With the spending the club have had over the years, right? I mean, if we're talking about Kerala Blasters, and yeah, so that's the thing. Sasha says Lobera has spent a long time now in India and has had success. Would you get him to be long-term manager of the national team? No. Sasha is a club coach. Don't do the same mistake as with Manolo. Always get someone who understands national teams rather than someone who you think is a good club coach. I think Khalid is another example. Again, is Khalid a good coach or no? Again, that's for others to judge because my opinion on that matter is known. But to me, I don't think Sergio would be the right man to coach the Indian national team. But he's a top coach in regard to club football. Look, FC Goa. Look at what he did at especially Mumbai City. Um, Even at Odisha, successful, won a trophy. And at Mohun Bagan in a few weeks has built a killer attacking unit, right? So Sorry, just got disconnected. Yeah, so that's the thing about Lobera. Roshan says, U70 girls with Myanmar under 7 girls 3-2 came back from 0-1, 1-2, down 19.2 thousand viewers, probably from Myanmar. That's impressive. Roshan, there is an interest in football in our neighboring countries, right? We've seen that with Nepal, we've seen that with Bangladesh, we're seeing that with as you say with Myanmar. I think Sri Lanka, we could see that as well. If I look at my interactions in the last few days in regard to the Women's Asian Cup, um, it was not much. So the biggest conversation point was actually, oh, you know what, we could qualify for a World Cup, which is this weird fascination we have in India, right? And it's not helping us. That fascination is not helping us in moving in the right direction. And and I wish those girls all the best. It seems to be Pamela Conti has a plan, a system. I saw a little bit of the game, the earlier game against Myanmar. There seems to be a plan behind it. So yeah, let's wait and see what she can do with the girls. To avoid this season, Owen calls Jujutsu kind of undermine Khalid's people, always underestimate the team. Yeah, Blue. It's yeah. But Khalid always had one of the good teams. It's not like he was winning with the bat. Blue 100%. To me, last season, I saw Jamshedpur FC against Punjab FC, and it was anti-football, and it depended on Steven is at the back and Javi Hernandez at the front. Very simple. That was your summary. You could have coached it. I could have coached it. It would not have made a difference. And I think I would have coached it. It would have made a difference because they would have played a little better football. So therefore, I don't need a coaching license through that. So therefore, this is the quality of coaching in India, right? Let's not go into this coaching quality in India because it just simply annoys me. Because if you talk to coaches, they don't want to recognize that they are the biggest problem that Indian football at the moment faces. Forget administrators, forget AIFF, forget this, forget that. The coaches are the biggest problems. If you don't do the right work at grassroots, at youth level, again at Asian Cup, what I realized is basics, technical, tactical. India was the weakest team. How can that always be, right? So to me, big problem. But again, if I speak about these things, I just get angry. Harish Kundu with the whistle. Kickoff for the second 45 at the Salt Lake Stadium. East Bengal Football Club are leading 1-0 against the Kerala Blasters. Interesting to see what the Blasters do. Anwar clears his lines. And I don't see any substitutions at the moment. It will be interesting to see what. Oh, Kevin. Vishnu, Anwar, Jackson. All to Edmund. Out to Bipin. Bipin, not allowed to cross by Hormipam and Naucha, who clears it for a throw-in. So therefore, for me, those are things. And very interesting to see what happens in the second 45. East Bengal, um, will they play it out and ensure the 3 points? Will they go for a second, put pressure on the Blasters' defense? And what can they do? Miguel has been very quiet, in my opinion. Edmund shifted to the left. PV Vishnu. Vishnu, good cross, but too close. Uppala. And weird header out by Naucha. Throw in East Bengal. Kevin, you okay? Kevin. Loses the ball, but foul given on the edge of the Blasters box. Under pressure from Mohamed Rakib. He's also one of those guys who don't get the respect they most probably deserve. With the Blasters trying to build up even more one. Yesudas, that's a nice, lovely ball through to Naucha. Naucha on the edge of the box. Naucha but easily cleared by Jackson. Kevin against Bipin. 39 against 29 into the box, headed out. Jackson, Ezajari putting pressure on Falun Jai. Falu quicker. Oh, terrible pass from Ashan Sheikh. Ezejari, Bipin. Ezejari on the right. Ezejari in the box. Ezejari trying to play Bipin. Bipin and Falu clears it. And Falu having a word with his keeper, Ash Anwar Sheikh. The Senegalese footballer, Falun Jai, who was in Finland before this. In his youth, in Belgium, then in France, then in Finland. Bipin with a good corner, headed out by Danish. Rashid plays it back to the right. Miguel to Bipin. Bipin headed out by Nocha. Miguel, and that should be another corner for East Bengal. Miguel Ferreira not really involved so far in the game. He was the key factor besides Ezejari in the attacks. Miguel, cleared by the Blasters. Rakib. Saul Crespo. And Anwar Ali nearly got to the ball. Yeah, it's a very unconventional game today. Players out of position. System seems to be different as well. Oh, that's a good through ball. And Prabsukan single clears. Air of Mohammad Adsal. Shovik Chakraborty getting ready to come on. Now, Yesudas across to Iban. Iban Dolim. Sandeep. Sandeep loses the ball. Miguel. Vishnu. Rashid. And Crespo. Can he keep it? Loses the ball. Foul could have been given, I felt. And Falu Jai in an attacking position has to drop back. Bipin. Jackson. Rashid. Rakib. Anwar. Saul Crespo. Edmund. Crespo. Rashid. Rakib. Mohammad Rakib with the ball. And guys, always a reminder, which I forget to do. If you're liking this live watch along, do leave a like behind. Share it with other people to join in. And if you haven't subscribed to Arun Foot, we're closing in on the 3,900 mark today. And thanks as always for your support. Anwar. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. East Bengal's 5th home game in a row. Yeah, let's not get into the logic of who's playing how, when, where. East Bengal building up. Saul Crespo in the half of the Blasters. Miguel, Rashid, Crespo. Miguel in the box. Taken away. Edmund. And Ezejari just has to contact the ball. They needs to just connect. Yusuf Ezejari in the middle. Wow, that's a big chance. In the 52nd minute. Edmund looked offside to me. Ooh, Ezejari just can't connect to the ball. That's a good cross from Edmund Lalrindika. And Saul Crespo goes off. Yeah, not fully fit. Shovik comes on. Shovik with the captain's armband as the Blasters now build up. Isudas Ibandoling. Mohan Vibin across to Hormipam. Hormipam chips it to Naucha. Lovely first touch. Naucha with the cross and a flying headed clearance from Shovik, but ball back with the Blasters. Naucha. Evan Das. Mohammed Atsal against Jackson. Plays it out to Kevin. Kevin against Bipin. Kevin against Bipin. Bipin does well. Oh, Kevin beats him. Into the box, cleared by Jackson. And the Blasters. Kevin. Oh, that's terrible. Chance for East Bengal to break. Out to Ezejari on the right. Oh, lovely ball forward. Stays in. Miguel Ferreira. Oh, pushes aside Naucha. Miguel Ferreira. Shot blocked. Mohamed Rakib. Miguel. And advantage given for East Bengal. Mohamed Rashid with Miguel still on the ground. Edmund Lalrindika. Edmund Vishnu. And headed out by Homipam. That was lucky. That is lucky. Good cross from P. Vishnu, but there's no one there really because Ezejari is fighting with Naucha rather than moving towards Homipam. Corner for East Bengal. 55th minute on. And yes, Hitesh, the Indian under-17 women's national team, 3-2 winners at Myanmar and another comeback. I feel like Karazi's set pieces has improved slightly. Cleared for the Masters with Ebin Das last year. Even Luna was shooting everything to the sky. Yeah, but again, there's no goals, Babalus. What is the improvement? That's the problem. Edmund, Miguel, Miguel. Looking for Bipin against Iban. Iban does well for the ball to roll out. Bipin had come across to that left wing. Ash Anwar Sheikh to take a goal kick. We are in the 56th minute. East Bengal Football Club 1. Kerala Blasters 0 in a game which has, in my opinion, at least gotten better. A little pushing and shoving between Sandeep and Shovik Chakravorty. Handshake between those two. Yeah. It can get a little rough and tough. The Blasters in their build-up lose the ball. But Homipam recovers. Ibn Das. And Danish Farooq telling them, slow it down. Sandeep cleared by Vishnu. Edmund loses it. Danish. Sandeep loses it. P. Vishnu. Plays it back to his keeper with Sandeep charging up. There you realize Sandeep is a defensive player. Just wasted energy by doing that charge up the field where he never had a chance. Vibin. Kevin in the middle of the park keeps the ball. Through ball attempt, but easy collection for Prabsukan. Now Chana has to get back. Bipin against Kevin. Plays it back to Jackson. Rakib. Across to Anwar. Ooh. Blasters win it. Blasters lose it. East Bengal with the ball. Looks like Bipin on the ground. Ball played out to Edmund on the left. Edmund Lalrindika plays it forward for Vishnu, but Falun Jai with a good first match. And Danish allows Rashid to play the ball out. Question is, what can the Blasters do with their substitutes? Let's look at their bench. As I said, Mohamed Sahif is there, Raul Borges, Freddy Laramavia, Jay Kitongo, Marlon Rus Trujillo, and Nihal Sudesh. Question is, Jay Kitongo, is he an option instead of Mohamed Atsal? Is Marlon Rus Trujillo maybe an option in the middle as well? Raul and Freddy. Freddy, of course, had a decent season last year. Ramlan, of course, after his injuries, has been the same. Mount Saif also. So they have some options there. Sudesh could add some speed as well on the wings if, for example, Sandeep is taken off. So it will be interesting to see how that is rectified by the coaches. East Bengal with the ball. Miguel loses the ball. Vindas, Rashid, Mohamed Atsal plays it out to Sandeep. Sandeep in the box. Sandeep in the box. Sandeep in the box. But Prab Sukhan. Sandeep Singh in an attacking position. That's a good through ball. Beats Anwar, but the touch is too strong to beat Anwar. Ashanwar Sheikh clears for a throw in. Edmund leaves it. Miguel. Vishnu, Miguel. Vishnu plays it back to Anwar. Jeekson. Mohammad Rashid. Miguel. Much more involved in the second 45. Edmund. Miguel. Anwar. Shovik. Rakib on the right. Rashid. But East Bengal keep the ball. Shovik. That's a good ball across to Vishnu. Will he get it? No. It's a great idea from Miguel to chip it over defense. And PV Vishnu can use his speed. Blasters are just not scoring. Yeah. Again, they're not even, they're just sort of half chances, right? I mean, it's okay. But that last pass, that attempt somehow is missing. Danish. Ooh. Yeah, banged into his own man. Oh, that's a good ball for Bipin, cleared by Naucha. Edmund. And there's a player down. Who's that? Mohamed Atsal. Looks a little wobbly. Yeah, sometimes it's always it's a little unlucky when the referee sort of in an attack of the opponent blows the whistle, but I think it was right. You never know if there's a head injury or not. I understand that Miguel is not happy with Harish Kundu's decision, but referee's ball, East Bengal have it back. Miguel, Rashid, Jeekson, Rakib. Jeekson, Rashid, Miguel, Edmund, Vishnu, Edmund can't get to it. Vishnu has to get back because he's missing. Anwar, very important touch. Very, very important touch. Jeekson. Rakib. Miguel on the left. Allows to control the ball. Vishnu. Out to Edmund. Edmund plays it back to Anwar. Anwar with the through ball, but Miguel's touch. Vishnu and Edmund don't react. Iban, Arsh. Iban back to his keeper. Across to Hormipam. Hormipam chips it across. Now Cha, good save from Prabsukan. It's the wing backs. Sandeep keeps the ball. Iban. Vipin plays it only to Rashid. Chance maybe for East Bengal to break. Miguel. Miguel. Does he see Bipin? He doesn't see Bipin, but I think he gets a foul, does he? No, doesn't get a foul. Did Homipam clear his lines? Yeah. Would have just played it out to Bipin. Bipin was free on the left. Through ball, Mohammad Atsal. And referee, sorry, the linesman on the short corner. And East Bengal with the substitution. Jay Gupta coming on. Edmund coming off. Jay Gupta coming on. Being Vishnu moves one position forward. Jay Gupta as a left back. It looks like Mohan and Vipin off. And Jay. Yeah, Vipin Mohanan. And Jay Kitongo coming on. Can he be the man to change the fortunes of the Kerala Blasters? Is he the man who can get the Blasters a goal? It's a decent game from the Blasters, but yeah, the goal is missing. Good pass through. Jay Kitongo in the box. Jay Kitongo in the box, and Achal just has to push it on. Sandeep. Danish Farooq. Headed out by Rakib. And what is the referee? There seems to be someone down. Jay. And Mohammed Atsal just needs to connect to the ball. And Yusuf Izuzari on the ground getting some treatment. 65.5 minutes played. It's East Bengal FC 1, Kerala Blasters 0. And it's one of those crazy games. You see a tired Edmund on the bench with East Bengal. They're leading 1-0. They have the quality to make it 2 or 3. But it's a weird one where the Blasters are getting the chances to equalize. Could it be that the Blasters pick up their first point today? And if East Bengal don't win, then I think the title quest, which is already slimmed in the last 2 weeks, was down to a minimum. As East Bengal built up. Jackson. Rakib. Ezejari. Bipin. Ezejari. Double pass. Bipin on the overlap. Bipin. And Homipam clears it for a corner. 67th minute. East Bengal 1. Kerala Blasters 0. Miguel set to take it. Ezejari is lurking. Ivan close to him. Jeekson has come up. Anwar is in the box. Oscar Bruzon has sat down. Miguel to take the corner. Oh. Rashid! Huh? Not a bad idea. from distance. Miguel Ferreira, not into the box, but chips it, yeah, about 30, 35 yards out, and Mohammad Rashid connects to it. Doesn't hit the target, but nice idea. Good idea. The Blasters with the ball. Hormi Palm across to Iban Doling. Sandeep back to Iban. Ball across to Naucha. Keeps the ball in. Kevin. Kevin. Naucha on the edge of the box. Eben Das. Eben Das crosses in. Sandeep. And Uppala. And that's a foul against Ivan Doling. Let's see. Yeah. Jay Gupta was just ahead of him and he clipped him. Foul in favor of Jay Gupta and East Bengal. Trapsukan to take it. He's taking it long. That is it kept in by Vishnu? No, it's not. Throw in. Sandeep to take it. Sandeep Singh. Oh. Nanshfruk under pressure. Blasters keep the ball. Ooh. Contact. Jay going down. Long ball forward. Oh, Homi Palm. Naucha will try and keep it in. I don't think he will. Oh, he does. Good job, Naucha. Homi Palm. Carrying the ball too long, but okay. Finds Eben Das. Eben Das. Back to Falun Jai. That will not get to Kevin. Bipin. Rashid. Miguel. Jay. Jay Gupta against Mohammad Atsal. Rashid. Rashid across to Rakib. Back to Jackson. Sorry, Miguel. Anwar. That's nice idea. And Mohammad Atsal wins a throw-in against Miguel. Myanmar U17 team is coached by Miss Kumiko Tashiro. Jeffrey has coached Japanese coach has coached junior senior teams of Urawa Diamonds and Saitama Reinas. Yes, Hitesh. And we stick to this game. It's still 1-0 East Bengal. 71.5 minutes on the clock. The Kolkata Giants leading the team from Kerala. And Sandeep has got space. A little too far. Uppsala. Vishnu fouled by Anwar. And Anwar down. Hurting. Anwar Ali. All with the Blasters. Danish Farooq. Eben Das. Danish, who's dropped back. Ivan. Palu. Sandeep. Oh. Games being played at walking pace, barely any changes in tempo. Yeah, it's Sasha. I think we've seen this quite a lot this season. That is one of the big problems. But who controls the tempo? Long ball for Bipin. Will get across from Rashid. Bipin against Naucha on the right. Bipin Singh has to turn around. Plays it to Rakib. Shovik. Rashid. Looking for Vishnu. Sandeep Opala. That was tricky. Ivan with a long clearance. Atsal can't get to it. Ball back with East Bengal. Masters clear. Danish loses the ball. Vishnu, Rashid beats one, beats two, plays it to Ejazari, but loses the ball. And maybe a chance now for Kevin and for Jay to put pressure, but Jixon back to his keeper and plays it short to Anwar. Back to Anwar Ali. Jixon. Mohamed Rakib. Ball for Bipin. Intercepted by the Blasters. Hormipam. Rashid head in the way. Ball out wide to Vishnu. PV Vishnu. Also turns around. Plays it to Rashid. He played to Shovik. Miguel. Miguel overlapping Rakib. Blocked by Naucha. Corner for East Bengal after now 75 minutes. East Bengal FC 1. Kerala Blasters is 0. And Yusuf Esejari's penalty goal after he himself was fouled by Ivan Doling. Ivan in the corner. Miguel again standing over it. Chips it into the danger area box. Headed by Jay Gupta. Says I was pushed. Talking to Harsh Kundu. Surely there was a contact from Sandeep, but that isn't a foul. Yeah, that's uncontrolled flying, I would say. It's a struggle watching wingers refusing to take one-on-ones in the final third. Yeah. Drinks break, 76 minutes on. Sasha, yeah. And again, if you try 10 times, maybe you'll be successful twice or thrice. If you don't try it at all, you will not be successful at all. And that's, again, part of the problem at the moment in the way teams are playing football, right? And confidence level. There's chance of the second half, most probably for East Bengal. That cross from Edmund and then that shot from Mohamed Rashid. Yeah. East Bengal cannot be happy with the way they're playing, but I'm sure that the Kolkata Giants in a game like this will take the 3 points and not bother about the way they're playing. Because for them, if they want to keep the pressure on their arch rivals, they will need to win today to move to 10 points. Mohun Bagan a little later on play in Bangalore against their old rivals Bengaluru FC. And special match surely also for a certain Renedy Singh, who used to be captain of Mohun Bagan in the past. So That will be an interesting game and matchup, surely. Nihal Sudesh and Marlon Cruz Trujillo coming on. So that Iban and Danish Farooq coming off. So means Sandeep moves back to right back. Nihal Sudesh in a right attacking position. And Marlon Cruz Trujillo as a defensive midfielder come playmaker. Let's see what he can do. The German. Oh, long ball forward. Falu, Ashanwar Sheikh, Sandeep. Plays it to Marlon Cruz Trujillo. Nihal plays it back to his right back, Sandeep. It's decent football without being really penetrative from Kerala Blasters. That's what I would say. And East Bengal could do better, but are not forced to do better somehow, I feel. Danish Farooq, dispossessed by Manbus Trujillo. J. Kitongo. J. Nice ball to Nihal. J. Gupta. J. Nihal Sudesh on the wing. Nihal Sudesh, but it's an utterly useless, just a blind pass into the middle of the box and hoping someone will get to it. Anwar easily clears the ball. Mangus Trujillo. Throw in Sandeep. Nihal. Nihal against Jay Gupta. Sorry, P. Vishnu. Sorry. Allergies at this time of the year, even though it's snowing a little early on. Oh, the Blasters intercept the ball, but attack on the other side. Bipin. Bipin Singh. Bipin shot to Miguel. Miguel. Miguel Ferreira still on the ball. Leaves it to PV Vishnu. Crosses it. Cleared Falu. Rashid. Shovik. Rakib. Shovik doesn't get to it. Anwar has to clear it. Bipin. Bipin beats Naucha. Bipin on the edge of the box. Shovik. Rakib with the cross. Headed out by Sandeep. Nihal Sudesh. Marlon Trujillo to Naucha. Naucha long. But J. Kitongo can't get to it. Tongo calling on his teammates. Let's close. Bipin off. Mahesh Naurem on. Interesting, Mahesh Naurem. Hasn't had much football so far this season in the ISL. Bipin off, Mahesh Naurem on, as said. And a reminder, please do like, share, and subscribe Arun Foot here on YouTube. Visit my other social media page, arunfoot.com. Oh, that's an uncontrolled ball. Vishnu will, no, sorry, Vishnu will keep it in. Jay Gupta. Rashid. East Bengal. Rakib, that's a bad ball. Now Kevin. And Kevin not allowed to move by Shovik. Throw in for the Blasters. Taken quickly. Marlon goes through here. Marlon. Plays it across to Sandeep. Nihal. Marlon. And the throw in. Marlon goes through here. Heads it to, throws it to Sandeep. Plays it back to Falu. Homipam. Ebindas. Sandeep. Sandeep, that cross is too close to Prabsukhan. No problem for the keeper, who hasn't got an option to quickly release the ball, but now to Mahesh Naurem on that right wing. Mahesh Naurem plays it back to Shovik Rakib, back to his keeper. 83 minutes on the clock and cleared as far as Arsh Anwar Sheikh. Sandeep. Sandeep with the ball. Sandeep with the chip, looking for Jay Kitongo. Headed out by Jay Gupta. Rashid. Ezejari. Rashid. Miguel. Miguel plays it out to Vishnu. Back to Miguel. Miguel and Falu clears it. Oh, Falu and Miguel. Nice little exchange of words. Yeah, Falu. I like that centre back, to be very honest. Solid. No nonsense. And those are the kind of players that these creative guys like a Miguel Ferreira don't like. Free kick East Bengal. Miguel. Oh, that's an empty Jay Gupta. But foul given. Falu. Marlon Rus Trujillo. Marlon with a chip for Nihal. Wants to see which way the ball is going. Nihal Sudesh against Jay Gupta. Nihal. Jay Kitongo. That first touch wasn't good. Oh, Falu. And that is given as a foul. Oh. Yeah. Miguel wanted to provoke. Yeah. He's going to get a card, Falu. And there is trouble in there brewing. Yeah. Let's see. What did he give Falu? That's a card. That itself is a card. Now the question is if the push is another one. Yeah. Of course, it is a shameful thing for Miguel to hold his face when he's hitting his chest. That's the first thing I have to say. So Falu gets a yellow. Lucky not to get a yellow to be off. But Miguel, for play acting, to me, gets also red. It's just shameful. But he's a Brazilian. What do you expect? Sorry. It's just in a country of Neymars and Vini Juniors, what do you expect? It's not about your quality of football, but your play acting skills. You're more skillful with your Oscars than good footballers. East Bengal not the same East Bengal I've seen in the last 3 matches. And now Miguel and Falu having a further discussion. And this is football. East Bengal have not been the same. I think Jamshedpur have rattled the system. Um, yeah, it's the way it is. 87 plus minutes. This has rather given East Bengal some minutes. Ezejari with the header. Goes over 87.5 minutes. So this during AFC Asian Cup, we were a little positive about India doing good, but opinions do change. Don't they? Recently, I've seen you being more pessimistic about the system. Piyush, I was as pessimistic then I was now. I was just a little bit more hopeful at the time. Ooh, Prab Sukan Singhil. And I was on the edge of the box. Let's see that. Wow. Yeah, on the edge. Piyush, realities, right? What is it to be positive about at the moment? And I've said this on these shows. If there's anything positive about it, would be if you tomorrow hand me over Indian football, then I would be positive. Everything else is just, bunch of incompetent losers trying to do Indian football. Well done by Vishnu. Yeah, is not a foul by Mohammad Atsal. Ebindas. Ebindas. Ooh, and Anwali, and let's see that. What is happening there? Ebindas. Kitongo. That's good goalkeeping from Prabsukan. Put under pressure by J.K. Tongo. And Ebindas did it. It too close to the keeper. The 90 minutes are nearly up. Last few seconds of regulation time. Sandeep clears it. Blasters win the ball. 6 minutes of added time. Kevin Yoke on the left. Kevin with a cross, and Falu earns a corner. Looks like Falu Njaya now is up front, and Miguel with cramps. Yeah, that hurts. Or was it that landing? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that landing is nice. That's not nice. That is not nice at all. Because after having played 90 minutes of football, when you go down like that, your muscles don't like that awkward movement. Miguel wants to come up, doesn't want to get on the stretcher. Yeah, East Bengal faithful still there. Oscar Bruzon walking from left, walking to right. Would be good points. Important 3 points for the Kolkata Giants. It's a shame I was such to wait 80 minutes before starting going hard. Sasha, it reminds me of the opener against Mohun Bagan. Huh? Ebindas, that's a good corner. That's a header, and that's the equalizer for the Kerala Blasters. Mohammad Atsal with the equalizer in the 92nd minute for the Kerala Blasters. And wow, what to say? Ebindas with the corner. Atsal completely free. I think it's Shovik who then has to try and cover. Yeah, Shovik tries to cover, and there is no one who marks Mohammad Atsal. 92nd minute equalizer for the Blasters. And if I am very honest today, they deserve a point. They deserve a point because East Bengal, with all their capabilities, have not done enough. But now the Kolkata Giants earn their corner at the other end. Is there more twist? Is there more drama at the Saltlake Stadium on this Saturday early evening? Miguel with the corner. No, has to wait. Miguel Ferreira on the left, already in the 94th minute. There's a little bit of pushing and shoving going on in the middle. Sandeep, Anwar, Naucha, Miguel into the danger zone. And cleared by Falun Jai. Kevin can't keep it in. Was unconventional. East Bengal with the ball. Ball into the danger area, headed out by the Blasters. Kevin Yoke charging at Jackson. Prab Sukan with the long ball, but Arsh Anwar Sheikh has it. Is today the end of East Bengal's title quest? Safa, it's a free fall. It's at the moment it's a free fall. I see strikers playing up at the back, defenders playing up front. This is school football at the moment. What I'm seeing here from two ISL teams. Look at the way they're playing. It's just uncontrolled, right? It's like kick the ball wherever you can and hope a teammate of yours gets it. It is really bad football, terrible football, right? We have seen bad matches, but this is, Rakip with the long ball. Falun Jai, Ebin Das. Ebin Das plays it forward. Rapsukan has to clear his lines. Long ball. And cleared by Falu. East Bengal throw in. Vishnu, Rashid, Vishnu. There's a player for Kerala Blasters on the ground. Falu and Jai cleared by the Blasters. Kevin. And what's there? Naucha? Yeah, getting help from his keeper. It's been minutes. It's been frantic in the last few minutes. No, sorry, Hormi Pump, what I'm saying. Ooh, that's a nasty one from Ezejari. That's a nasty one, and it's not seen by the ref. Hormi Pam Ruiva. And the first East Bengal faithful are walking out of the stadium. Eben Das, who's done well. And one has to say, Eben Das still on the field, and Vibin Mohanan, of course, rated highly, not only by me or by you, by a lot of people, is already off the field. Already in the 97th minute. Will the Kerala Blasters pick up their first point of this ISL campaign? And will it be a third match without a win for East Bengal? And thus, Mohammad Sahif getting ready to come on. Mohammad Pam and Falu, new combo, did well at the back. Mohammad Pam, that's hurting, and substitution being pointed out. I hope it's nothing serious. It's just cramps. Hopefully not a muscular tear or anything. It's, the East Bengal faithful. Some of them are, as you can see, jogging out of the stadium. With Freddie and Sahif coming on in the last few minutes for Ebindas and Hormi Pamruiva. Ash Anwar Sheikh with the long ball, headed out by East Bengal. The Blasters. Marlon Rostrujillo. Marlon Rostrujillo plays it to Nihal. Nihal into the middle. Cleared by East Bengal. Back with the Blasters, but throw in for East Bengal on the left. We, I think, are in the last few seconds of this game. And David Katala running around. Prabsukan looking for Mahesh, but Kevin wins it. Mahesh clears it. Mohammad Saif heads it out. Kevin Yoke back to his keeper. Ash Anwar Sheikh. Ball forward. He's going to have to be careful. Rakib with Jay Kitongo. Yeah. Blasters in, blasters out. Ball long. And that's the final whistle at the Saltlake Stadium. It's East Bengal FC 1 and Kerala Blasters FC 1. It's a point with which the Blasters can live because it's a moral victory for them. Because after all that has happened, and Falu and Isajari, that's a nice thing to see post-match. And on the other side, for East Bengal, a third match without a win, that will put even more pressure on Oscar Bruzon and his men. Let me just quickly... Yeah, ending 1-1. Sorry, just putting out a tweet. Sorry, yeah. Game ends 1-1. Let me just quickly look at some of the match stats which might be available out here. Because in the end, first half penalty, Yusuf Ezejari in the 10th minute to put East Bengal ahead, and Mohammed Atsal with the 1-1 in the 92nd minute with a header to earn the Blasters a point in Kolkata. 56 to 44% ball possession favor of East Bengal, 9-7 chances for the Kolkata Giants, 7-3 corners for them, 467 passes for East Bengal, 360 for the Blasters, and 2 yellow cards for the Blasters, none for East Bengal. And it was overall, the stats speak a language where East Bengal were a little better. But in the end, football is not about if you're a little better or a lot better, but about can you score or can you not score. And in the end, I think the Blasters did, tried a little bit. Sasha said this a little while ago. It's a shame that Blasters decided to wait 80 minutes before deciding to go and hard. And I agree with you, Sasha, fully, because this is a thing we saw a few weeks ago in Kolkata against Mohun Bagan as well in the ISL opener last month, actually, exactly a month today. Um, and but again, East Bengal once more, I think, can only blame themselves for this outcome, for this result, because they just didn't do enough. In my opinion, they just did not do enough to win it in the end, even though they're the better team, they're the most polished team, and towards the end, it was a free for all. Um, and again, it showed a lack of quality, and this is crazy to think about. That we would have said about 3 weeks ago, East Bengal are a title contender, but this today was just not enough, I think. And for the Blasters, yeah, this point is 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 a deserving point, where your fighting spirit gave you this point, and I think that East Bengal should be worried because their trajectory is not as good as it has been, and yeah, it's another step backwards rather than forwards, and we're interesting to see what they do in the coming weeks. But this was not good enough against the Blasters, who have been struggling, but who tried. And Uchud says below par performance for East Bengal. Yes, Uchud, below par would be putting it nicely in the end. As I say, I feel the Blasters earned a point for themselves and deservingly got a point. And East Bengal need to ask themselves the question: have you done enough to win? And today, I would say no, you didn't. And that is, I think, the dangerous part in this conversation. That East Bengal, I think, had an opponent in front of them who they should have beaten, given the realities and in what status the Blasters find themselves in. But East Bengal just didn't, yeah, yeah, didn't go for the kill, right? I think that's maybe the word that I need to say and use at this stage. East Bengal could have beaten their rivals, but didn't. And yeah, most of the crosses did not reach the box, surprisingly. Yeah, cross. They also didn't intend to cross that often, I felt, right? East Bengal, and again, and yeah, we're playing the ball around, we're keeping control, we're passing amongst ourselves, and very evident. East Bengal is very dependent on Yusuf Ezejari scoring goals. If he doesn't score, difficult, right? He wins the penalty. Could have had that second of that ball from Edmund Arundika, doesn't score of that, and then towards the end, as Sasha said, the Blasters get involved in the party, and yeah, and it is something. And Miguel didn't pass when needed. No, Miguel was very selfish. It was very selfish, and it's sort of an ego thing. Also, sometimes Edmund, Vishnu, Bipin also miss the opportunity to pass or to cross at the right time, and and Sasha says East Bengal wingers initiate 1 versus 1 and then pass backwards. Yeah, exactly, Sasha. You said it earlier, right? That they do not go into those one-on-one situations. They actually turn back, and again, it was interesting to see how often Edmund or Bipin actually turned around and played back to Vishnu, or Vishnu, when you overlap, played it back to the other one, where you actually had two attacking players, and that would have been interesting, even on 1-2s, that you could have actually overpowered your opponent because you're 2 against 1 theoretically. That did not happen. And with that, I will slowly come to an end of this live. I'll be back in about 20 minutes with the evening clash and hopefully better football from the Kantiravar, in which Bangalore FC host Mohun Bagan, super giant. While it's a disappointing evening for the red and gold because East Bengal FC play only a 1-1 draw against the Kerala Blasters. While I have to say, for the Kerala Blasters, first point of the season, yeah, moral victory, I would say. And who knows, maybe better days ahead. We would have talked in the first half at some stage saying, yeah, it's going down. Maybe it's not. Thanks a lot, and I catch you in a few minutes.